Guys, what's going on? I'm gonna show you how do I do my video thumbnails for when I go live on my channel on YouTube. I don't know, I just thought about doing a couple of thumbnails and recording it for you guys. I don't know if anybody's interested, but if you do, here it is. This is not a tutorial by any means, but it's just, you know, a walkthrough for when I do these thumbnails. If you want to follow up, now you can. Again, we do a live stream on YouTube. We go live for Rebirth Island, Call of Duty Warzone. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and follow us, subscribe, like the videos, all that good stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys how do I do this. Obviously, if you're gonna do these type of thumbnails for YouTube, obviously it's got to be a picture of yourself, you know. And the best thing to do that is always when you take the picture, try to take the picture in the same angle as the wallpaper or as a picture you're trying to put your face onto, you know. Try for it to be the same angle the best you can. That's going to make your design way easier, you know, and it's going to look more realistic. So in this case, I have a funny picture of me here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this right here and select subject, and Photoshop is gonna do its thing over here. What I like to do after that is just select and mask. Make sure the opacity is to 100%, so the background is black, so you can see any lighting that you need to remove. What I like to do is I go to Shift Edge and turn it all the way down, and then I go to feather it a little bit, and we've got a better selection now. We just gotta touch up later on. Pass it over here. One thing I like to do is I can convert this file to smart object, so it's not gonna lose any resolutions if you make it smaller or bigger. That's what they say, at least. What I'll do after this here, I just make it bigger. I look for imperfections, like this over here needs to be removed. I already had this picture in my folder, by the way. I didn't need to take any new ones, but I'm gonna create a overlay layer mask, whatever. And I'm gonna delete any parts that I don't need. Erase them. Select the brush tool and make sure this color right here, it's set on white. Made on white, not on white, on black. So for that, I just press X is gonna change the color, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this to the opacity to 100%. Zoom in a little bit more. All right, a little bit better. Let's just merge this tool right here. And what I try to do is, oops, I merged the wrong ones. You can go back by pressing Control Z, letter Z. What I like to do is I kind of like to, hold on, position the head, you know. In this case, my picture, my head, kind of the same angle as the one in the background. You're gonna try to make it kind of like the same size as the other one. And I like to lower the opacity so I can see through the background here, through both of them. rotate it a little bit. I don't know, maybe I need to make it a little bit smaller. Probably. Make it a little bit smaller. You kind of put it side by side here so you have a better understanding on the lines of the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I think this is a good size over here. Probably good there. Then what I like to do is create a layer mask. And then make sure the white is selected and press Ctrl I to invert that layer. Select the brush tool and make sure white over here it's on top by pressing the letter X because we inverted the layer. So then what I'm going to do is select this soft round on my brushes. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Make sure it's its opacity is 100%. What I like to do is just try something, you know, different here. You just paint on top of it. That's going to reveal your face, which is underneath. Oh wait a minute, I think I messed it up here. It doesn't go there. Bring that back. Disable layer mask so I can see myself. You gotta position, you see, you gotta position the eyes, try to position the eyes with the eyes, the nose with the nose, and the mouth with the mouth. Apparently I did it wrong over here. Eyes over here. You can lower the opacity of this layer so you can see better. Maybe we do need to make it bigger. I don't know. A little bit bigger. That. I don't know, you just have to play with this. You look at it, if it doesn't look good, then, you know, you continue to play with it until it satisfies you. I want to re-enable this. Start painting again. Which is gonna, like I said, it's gonna reveal your face, which is underneath the original layer here. Just go for it, like continue to do that. I think this needed to be more on top maybe, or bigger perhaps. Let's try to make it bigger. I think that doesn't look bad, huh? I don't like that. That doesn't look too bad. Again, you gotta play with this, you know, play with it. And like I said, you know, If it looks good, if you start to like it, then that's a good sign. Let me reduce the hardness. Reduce the opacity so everything is fading in there. And after this, guys, you gotta do a lot of color grading, stuff like that, you know, so their skin matches with yours, or yours matches with their skin, and that's gonna make the whole thing, you know, just match. Maybe like that. Continue, like, you zoom out, take a look at it. Okay. What would I do next here? Now I would probably try to match. I would probably try to match my skin with his skin. And here you just gotta play with a lot of stuff here. For example, the color balance. So it kind of, your head, you know, you play around with these settings here, so your head kind of matches with the scenery, with the background. I don't like that a little bit, I would say. Then what I would do is I would select this main layer of my head and go over here to the new fill, an adjustment layer. Go over here to the adjustment layer, and I would select vibrance, I don't know, vibrance. Remember that we're trying to match my skin to his skin. Kind of get in there, but just focus. I would say focus on the skin. Don't focus like on the bandana or the mask, but the skin. Now you can see the background has got a lot of noise added to it, so we're gonna try to add that to our head here as well. So again, so it matches the one of the background. And go to filter, noise, add noise, and you kind of just look at it, look at the background, look at the head, and you add and take away based on that. 1155 seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. You can see that it's already starting to look way better. Starting to look like it belongs there, and that's the point. That's what we go for. Not bad. I would probably add a little bit of shadow underneath the by the neck over here. Sorry guys, my English is not my first language, so just bear with me there as I try my best. Underneath around the neck here, I think a little bit more shadow here would be a little bit realistic. So I'll create a new layer underneath that head, like the brush tool. I'll put the opacity for the color black around maybe 36. With a soft brush, make sure you zoom in. And let's try playing with it here. This doesn't look too good. I think I know why. So how about we add this layer on top instead? Yeah, on top. And we're gonna erase that stuff that we did there. Erase that. Then we're gonna select again. I'm gonna make sure maybe go on opacity down to 15 maybe. And now we're gonna paint. I think that looks a little bit more realistic. Or no? Anyways, you can reduce the fill or the opacity for this layer as well. If it's too much, I think that should be good there. Alright guys, now what I would do is I would add lighting and shadows on it so it matches everything. So you see the lighting is coming from this here. So I would select my head, the layer of my head over here, and create a hue and saturation layer on top of it with it. Make sure I hit colorize. Try to match that color over here. Try for it not to be too brighter than the source over here. It's a little bit brighter, but we can reduce that. So this is the layer that we just created right here. What we're gonna do is make sure that layer is selected and press and hold Control and then press I. It's gonna invert that layer. Select your brush, tool, and we're gonna try the opacity for that layer around 60. Make sure the soft round is selected. You can just kind of paint on top of it. Kind of like that. You can reduce the opacity and go a little bit more. You can kind of play with this layer right here. It's the one we just added. You can see it adds a little bit of lighting, which comes from the source over here. And you can try playing with the layer settings over here. You can now see right now it's normal. What I do is I select it, and then with the up and down keys, I just go and try different ones, and I stay with the one I like the most. Obviously, this one doesn't look too bad. This one looks good. Maybe duplicate this one so it gives you a little bit more. Actually, hold on one sec. And let me hold on one sec. I don't know why that changed. So let me duplicate this one, and So it's starting to look better here. Just reduce the opacity. There you go. My head still looks a little bit more too like brownish orange, and his body looks more like red. So I gotta deal with that. I gotta try to fix that. Color balance. Remove some yellow. You see, start getting away from the yellow, and it's kind of starting to match with his body. So that's that. That looks pretty good to me. Not bad at all. And then what I can do is I can also add a solid color on top of everything. Maybe try to match the one of the light source. Change the blending mode here. Do that. Invert that layer. Select the brush tool. Opacity down to 40. I'll just give it a little bit more light in here. Kind of like that. I don't like that. Let me close this because we don't need it anymore. And then what I do, guys, is I already have a saved overlay that I put on top of my designs. In this case, let me try to find it here. It goes on top, so it makes it easier for you. Just trust me, these things take a lot of time. So you want to make everything easier for you if you can, if possible. But I can say it covers the freaking it covers the freaking gun, bro. It covers the freaking gun. So in this case, what I can do is try to hide this right here. Alright, need to put this back here. And I guess we can just go like that. Try to fade everything. Like that. And what I would do after these, I can probably add a, hold on one sec, another live button, you know, that so that we can avoid covering the design. Maybe I can find one over here. I mean, I guess we can use this one. like that, I guess. That's what I would do. I would save this project. You can name it whatever you want. I'll just name it Balloon. Save it as a PSD Photoshop file first. And then what I do, I save it as a PNG as well. Balloon wall. Oh, like that, but I'm gonna put it on finished. And I get 3 versions. One with no final filters, one with the final filters, and one as a thumbnail, which has got to be a smaller resolution as well for YouTube. So I can close this now because the project is saved. This back as a 1 layer, so I can apply a camera raw filter. And this camera raw filter, what it does is it makes it stand out. It makes it makes everything in one, you know. So you play with all these settings and stick with whatever you like the most. Play with everything here. Again, guys, use your eyes, you know, use your eyes. You know, if you start to like it, if it starts to look better, then you're going the good route. It's a good sign. What I do is I add a little bit of texture, a little bit of clarity. I go down to calibration. Continue to play with all these settings. And hey, whatever you like, you know, it's all about what you like. You can make it really, really colorful, or you can stick to something more like, you know, not that colorful. So I like this. I want to save it. And this is, I'm going to save it as balloon wall with filter, or raw in this case. Save that version like that. And then what I do, I like to bring a normal thumbnail size. For example, you see this normal resolution, and then I just paste this one on top of that one. Resize this one, but before resizing it, I gotta convert it into a smart object. Doesn't lose any resolution once you make it small. Gonna play with it. That's the right size for YouTube thumbnails. So I'm gonna save that. Make sure we save it in the same folder. In this case, I'm looking for the balloon folder, unfinished. Make sure this is set as PNG. And I save it as balloon wall with raw thumbnail. This one is finished. That's how it looks. That's how it looks, the final version. And we're done. We are done. with this one, you know. So I don't know, I just thought about making this video, you know. If you like this type of content, go ahead, like the video, comment if you wish. Subscribe is definitely going to help us with the YouTube algorithm, because we're obviously a really small channel and we're trying to grow. So definitely help your boy out if you can. And that's good, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Take care.